Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to lecture 3 of software development series. I hope you are all healthy and well and good. It's Yusuf here. How is it going? So before continuing to my lecture 3, I would like to recall what we have done in the previous lectures. So moving on, previously discussed things. So in the lecture 1 maybe I have discussed the data types used in the programming language. So these data types were strings and integers and float, and you know very well that all the if any sentence written in the programming language or marked with the quotation marks, so it must be the string. And integers are those numbers which do not contain the decimal in themselves, but those which contain the decimal point in themselves are called the float values. Digits which contain the decimal value in them are called the float. Secondly, what we discussed is, in our second lecture maybe, we discussed the list in Python. So we have discussed that why we use list. We use list for storing multiple data types at the same time, and we, after storing the list in the variable, we have the option of calling only specific types of elements from our list which we have made. Okay, and if we see the syntax of the list, it is just simple. We initialize the list by large brackets, and in that list we can use multiple data types that can be string, integer or float at the same time, and we can also call them at the same time, and if we want to call them respectively, so we can call them in that way. It's on you. Third thing is the looping in Python. So we have seen that if by using the for loop we can apply multiple functions at multiple times in the same program. So for example, you can see here I have created a list and I have stored in 4 different strings, and then I stored it in a variable, and then I call a for loop, and in that for loop I use a statement that is print y. So you can see here the statement for y in Yusuf, and that you know what it means. For y in Yusuf means for index 1 in the variable containing list, and this list for index 1 and Yusuf. So if we go to the Yusuf, and here we can see at the index 1 there is present index 0 at the index 0. So I have told you the concept of indexing, that indexing starts in the Python from the 0 and then goes on. So for index 0 in Yusuf, so if we go to the Yusuf, and here we can see that in the Yusuf variable there is stored a list. So at the 0th index there is stored a coding string, so that string will be printed here, and then this loop will goes on until the last element of that list. This loop will continue. So I am just printing here for my convenience. You can perform here many different types of actions. You can perform here mathematical operations like division, subtraction and multiplication, or much what you want here you can perform. Now moving our next, now we have also seen how to perform statistical functions on the list, and it is as simple as you can see. We just use the commands These are the built-in commands of Python: max, minimum, standard deviation, and sum. You just write that command, and after that command you write the name of the variable in which you stored the list. And the great thing is that you can also perform the maximum function on the string values, not only on the numbers. You can also perform on the numbers, and it is easy to perform on the numbers, and it is also easy to perform the strings. But on the numbers, the maximum function will check what is the greatest number in the list. But when there comes the case of the strings, maximum function in the Python will check which string contains the maximum letters. So which is the string that contains the maximum letter in the string, that string will be printed as a maximum. And same is the case with the minimum. That string which contains the minimum letters in it, that will be printed. And same is the case with the sum. Okay. Now, and in the last of our second lecture, we see the tuples. So tuples have the same functionality as the list, but tuples have some restrictions. In the list, we have also seen that we can edit the list, we can delete the list, we can edit another list, we can append by using the append keyword, we can edit another list in our previously built list. But these are the cases which cannot be applied in the case of tuples. Okay. So the next thing is that the syntax of the tuples is also a little bit different. We organize the tuple by using a small bracket, not the large bracket. We use the large brackets in the list, but we use small brackets in the tuple. And the rest of the things and syntax are same in the tuples. We can use multiple data types in the tuples as well as in the list. And we can perform, using the for loop, we can also perform multiple operations in the tuple, just like list. Okay. Now, starting my lecture 3. In this lecture 3, we are going to discuss about the artificial intelligence. So let's first discuss about its types. Basically, artificial intelligence is divided into two subcategories. These two subcategories, in which one is the deep learning or machine learning, which you all know. If you have come from the programming background, you all know that what is deep learning or machine learning. And deep learning and machine learning is that uses the neural networks for making decisions in our program. There are many neural networks which are available. Different types of neural networks for different types of tasks are available, pre-built. We can just use that neural network of just 2 to 3 lines in our code, and that neural network will perform all our tasks. But there is also a second type of artificial intelligence, that is called symbolic AI. Basically, symbolic AI is based on the handcrafted rules and conditional statements. What does it mean, handcrafted rules? Handcrafted rules are rules which we make by our own selves. We make the conditions in our according to our own requirements in that symbolic AI. We use the conditional statements like if or else statements. We are going to study them in this lecture in further slides. So, but the difference in the deep learning and symbolic AI is that in the symbolic AI, because we created our own rules according to our own requirement, so the coding process is little bit or not much longer than the deep learning or machine learning. because machine learning we use the pre-built neural networks which are just like the pre-built code. So that code is 3 to 5 lines, and but if we go to the symbolic AI, there we make our own rules by using the conditional statements. Okay, so let's start our today's lecture, that is conditional statements. So I am just opening my Jupyter notebook. Just check it is recording or not. Yes, it is. I have previously opened my Jupyter notebook. If you have not opened, so you have to open your Jupyter notebook or whatever IDE you are using. I am going to my folder and there I have created a file. Okay, just remove it. I wanted to start it over. Okay. By making a heading, I am going to start. If conditional statements, I am going to start the conditional statement by using if and else statements. Okay, so if I created a list here, store it in a variable name car and Audi. Okay, now I am going to use there a for loop. Okay, now just first understand the concept of if and else by using a real life scenario. Let's suppose your your friend has a birthday party and you are supposed to manage a hall for that birthday party ceremony. Okay, so for that hall you have to also manage the security purposes of the hall. So for security purpose you have hired a guard on the gate of the birthday party hall. And what is the job of that guard? That guard has a job of checking all the guests that are coming to your party, your friend's party, must have the invitation letters which you have sent to them. So those guests which do not have the invitation letters are not permitted by the guard. So the guard which is standing at the door is acting like this if and else statement. That guard is permitting those who have the invitation letters from you in the hall, but is not permitting those who have not the invitation letters from you. Okay, now if I try to make that scenario here, I make a list of guests and that guest, so the guests who have the invitation letters from you are invitation 1, invitation to and invitation. Okay, now there comes another guest which do not have the invitation, and again the guest with the invitation letter. And again there is a guest without invitation letter. Now there comes a there we use a for okay, now I'm going to use a for loop because I wanted to make a loop here. I wanted to what I am going to make after that loop is I am want to apply that program on the whole list till the last element of that list. So that's why I'm going to use the for loop. Okay, for a in list, my list that is stored in guest. Now here comes the duty of a guard which is standing at your gate or birthday party ceremony gate. So that guard checks if the guest has the invitation invitation 1 in guest. So print you are welcome. And if the guest has no invitation, so we just write else, and with the we have started an else block. But you notice there is a speciality in the else block. In the else block we do not describe the condition, but in the if block we have to describe our condition, what we have described here, like invitation 1. But in the else block, if it is okay if you don't describe any condition. Then print we are sorry sir, you don't have the invitation letter. Okay, now what it is going to happen, this will happen till the last element of my list because I have used a for loop here. So let's now run and see how it is going. Oh, there comes something went wrong because 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 because it has because it has welcomed all the guests. So what we have created here, we have created here a list, and after that I use a for loop here because I wanted what I am going to perform, and that should perform till the last element of my created list. So I use a for loop here, and after that for loop I used a if statement and else block that act as a guard which is standing at your birthday ceremony gate. And if you know that what that a means in the programming language, that a act as an index. So if your first guest come with the invitation letter, then it will print you are welcome in the birthday party. So, but if the guests come without the invitation like Bilal or Raju, so there will be print that we are sorry sir, you don't have the invitation letter. Okay, so we can see the output here, the first, second, and at the 0th index, and the first index, and at the third index we have the guest which have the invitation. So you can see here at the 0th index, first index, and the third index, there is printing you are welcome. But on the other indexes there are the guests which do not have the invitation letters from you, so they are not welcome in the party. Bad luck. Okay, so in the first lecture where I discussed the data types used in the Python programming language, so I told you that there are 3 data types, that are the string, float, and integer. But I forgot to tell you that there is also another data type that is called a Boolean data type. So let's see what is Boolean data type in Python. Just mark as a heading, Boolean. Boolean data type. Okay, so what is the Boolean? If I use a variable, and then in variable I stored a value, and after that I created an other variable and stored here another value, and you see that in the variable age1 I stored a value 18, and in the variable age I stored a value age 22. So if I write here let's go to next block. Age is equal to age is greater than 24. So it is printing false. Why it is printing false? Because in the age variable I stored a value which is less than 24, that is 22. And if I write here age 1 less than 20, so it is printing true here, because in the variable age1 I have stored a value 18, so it is less than 20. So it is giving the answer, as you see, it is giving the answer in true or false. So this is the boolean data types. Boolean data types always gives the answer in the true and the false. So by performing some actions in the programming language, you can check your actions. If you are making some action and you want to check that whether you make a right action or wrong action, you can check it by using this type of boolean data type. Okay, now if you have seen the if block and else block in the programming language, there is also in the conditional statement there is also another block that is called the elif block. Let's make it a heading again. Elif block. Okay, so I quickly make here a variable that is age, and I stored a value in it. Age is equal to 12. If age is less than 4, now print okay. If the age is less than 4, so it is going to print your admission cost is $0. But okay, another condition, if you use another condition, another block, if block, so instead of using if or else block, you have the option of using elif block. So in the elif block, just write elif and write if age is less than 18, you just write print your admission cost is $25. Okay, now let's see what it is going to happen. So you can see here I have stored a value that is greater than 12. So this if block is not working here because the value stored in the age variable is greater than 4. So this block would work if the value stored in the age would less than 4. So here elif block work because the value stored is less actually 12. So this print statement is going to print. Okay, now let's see the concept of dictionary. So as the name suggests, dictionary. In a dictionary, if you have seen the dictionary in your real life, is just like that. Is the balke we can say that the dictionary is same as our real life dictionary in the Python programming. It has the keys and those keys are assigned a value. So we can call that values from the keys. So how can we make the dictionary? How can we initiate the dictionary? Let's see. Now I am using a variable named alien, and we initiate the dictionary by using a curly bracket. So if we go back, we initiate the list by using the large bracket, Then we initiate the tuple by using the small bracket or parenthesis, and now we are initiating a dictionary by using a curly bracket. Now I am storing so the format of the dictionary is just like we create some values and then we create the keys and then we assign the values to that keys. So here we can see I have created a value, I have created a key, and then I assigned a value. I assigned a value to this key color, and the value of this key color is green. Now I am going to create another key that is point, and now I am going to assign it a value and an integer value. Again we can use multiple data types in dictionary. We can store multiple data types in the dictionary like list or tuples. Okay, and then I am going to print my dictionary with all its element. Just here. Okay, so you can see it has printed my dictionary with all its element. But if you want to know the specific value of the specific key, so what you should do, you just write alien, which is my dictionary name. This is the name of your dictionary. This variable is the name of your dictionary. So with the name of your dictionary, I mentioned here the key whose value I wanted to know. So in the large bracket, I mentioned that I wanted to know the value for this key. So it will print the value for this key, that is 5. We can check this here in our previous limit dictionary, it is 5. Again, if I write again my dictionary name and mentioned here another key, it will print its value green. Okay, now what if you want to add another key or values in your previously built dictionaries? So we can do it by simply typing your dictionary name and suggesting the key. It should be in the parenthesis, no, in the quotation marks, and after that there is I am assigning it an integer. I am assigning it an integer value, and again also I want to add in my dictionary is another string key that should be y. Let me check it is recording or not. Yes, it is recording, so continue our lecture. And this will be 60. Now if we want to see whether these two statements which I write above have done their work so well or not. Okay, now you can see here we created our dictionary before So there were two keys, and for that two keys there were two values which we have created by ourselves. Now we have added here more two keys with the two values, x position and y position. Okay, now what if you want to modify your dictionary? Just make it here a heading again. I want to modify my dictionary. Modify the I don't remember that I have whether I have told you or not that when you press shift or enter, it will execute your command. In the Anaconda, if you press the shift and enter, shift, hold and enter, then it will execute your command in the cell in which you are currently in. Okay, now what if you want to modify your dictionary? So I am using my dictionary alien here, and now I wanted to modify it by changing its color. I want to change my alien's color. Okay, funny. It should be in the string, and again it should be string red. Just wait. Oh yes, I am using a. That was the syntax mistake here. I used the equal signs again and again, so that's why it was showing the error here. And don't worry because I have removed that error. Now let's see what this command has done. Print my alien. Now Bamboo, you can see here the color is now red. Oh wow, maybe it has eaten something and now maybe it is angry. Now should keep away from my alien. It is angry now. It was green, now it is red now. Now I wanted to remove something from my dictionary. Again I am making heading. For removing I just use the del command here, and now I am entering in my alien and I am declaring what I am going to remove from my alien, which feature I wanted to remove from my alien. Just right point here. Okay, now see what it has done. Now you can see here dictionary is telling the position of my alien, x position and y position and its color, and it has deleted the point. Okay. Now what? So probably some of you might be or should be thinking that we are just seeing the syntax again and again. New syntax comes, the previous one, and the new syntax come, and after that new syntax come. We are not using any application of that syntax. So don't worry about the application of the syntax, as because at the end of each phase I have I have a project for you guys, and I will make that project with you, like I am doing these videos with you. So in that project you will see all the application, all what we are doing and what we are doing, that lists and data types, strings, dictionaries, all of their applications. You will see them in that project. And after doing that project you will know the importance of all these things. Like if you have done the dictionary yet but you don't know its importance, you have just know that it is there are some keys and some values, and you can call it, you can modify it, you can delete it, or you can add something in it. But this is not just this kind of thing. This dictionary is something more. But when you do the real life projects, you will get to know the importance of the dictionary is a very important thing in our real life projects. So we will do the real life projects at the end of this phase 1. So I hope you will get the knowledge of, you will get to know that how important is all these things are. Okay, so what if we use the for loop in our dictionary? Just created our dictionary favorite. Just make it short. I have told you at the beginning, just try to make the variable names small, short and meaningful. So I wanted to make a variable of favorite languages. I just write here favorite language. I just short it here. Now I am going to initiate my dictionary by using a curly bracket. Now colon. In the list, if you remember that there is no column, and in the table there is no colon, but in the dictionary you can identify the dictionary because you can see here, first there is a key, and after that key we use the colon here. Again key, colon value. You can see here, you can use a double quote or single quote, it is on you. I am using a single quote. You can see use the double quote here. Fill again, that should be Python. That should be Python. Okay. Now I wanted to loop this in a for loop, and by looping it in the for loop, I just wanted to get the keys which I have declared in the dictionary. I don't want to get the values of that keys, I just want to get the keys. So how I can do this? How can I do this? Let's see. For name in I am using my short variable name here. Then this is the important part here. You can use the same strategy for the keys or for the values as well. Just by writing here the keys keyword or replacing here with the values keyword. When you want only the values from the dictionary, all the values from the dictionary, just write here, just replace these key values here with the values. Okay, just write here the colon and okay. Now print name. Now you can see here it has printed all the keys which are present in my dictionary. We can also do that same strategy for the values. If I copy paste the same program and just replace the keys with the values, now you can see here it has printed all the values for our previously assigned keys. Jan was assigned with the value of Python. Edward was assigned with the value of Ruby, and Phil was assigned with the value of Python again. So all these values you can see here. And I am not going to explain this for loop again because I think I have described this a number of times before, and you should know how it is working, how this name is working, what is this name statement is doing here. You should know by yourself. Okay. So if you see this dictionary, you can see that it is not in a alphabetical order. What if you want your dictionary you have created, or someone has created a dictionary and then send you a program? Because when you do some real life projects, so there is a team. So what if your partner have done a half code for you and then send you? So in that code you have found a dictionary, and that dictionary is not in the alphabetical order or in the numerical order. So what if you want that dictionary to be in a numerical order or the alphabetical order? So we can sort the dictionary in a alphabetical or numerical order by using a simple keyword, that is sort. If I use this dictionary again of favorite languages and just write here by making a for loop, because I wanted to sort all I wanted to apply the sort operation till the last element of this dictionary. So that's why I'm using a for loop here. For name in before declaring that my dictionary name, I just use a keyword that is sorted. After that, what you want to sort, you have to mention it here. Either you wanted the keys to be sorted in the alphanumerical order, or you wanted a values to be sorted in alphabetic or numerical order. If you want the values to be sorted in the alpha or numerical order, just replace this keys keyword with the values keyword. Now I'm going to print, and with that I'm going to print the keys in the sorted order, in the alphabetical sorted order, and with that keys I wanted to print high. Okay, you can see now E comes first because it comes in first in the alphabetical order, then J, then P, and then S. And with that I have merged another string in my print statement, that is high. Okay, that's all for this lecture, and I don't want to be a burden on you guys, so that's all. Do practice. And one last thing for you guys, I have assignment for you guys, so you all have to do that assignment till our next lecture and post it on the file, and that file should contain the name of you on that file. Save that file, just save that file with your name and post it on this FB group in the comment section. So you can check here, I have made an assignment for you. This assignment has, the first part has 2 questions. The first part has 2 questions, and the second part also has contains two questions for you. And also the third question contains 4 parts, and the last one contains also the 3 parts for you. So you have a 1 week time for this assignment, and I think that 1 week time is enough for you guys, and this assignment is easy. Also, if you have a difficulty in doing the assignment, you can comment in the comment sections, but not just say like that, okay, I don't know how to solve this. Just say what difficulty you are facing, in what step you are facing the difficulty. Don't just say that I can solve this part, I can solve this question. Just tell me the difficulty, in which step you are facing a difficulty. So then I will pose the solution for your problem. Okay, good luck, bye. Hope you best of luck.